We're live. Hello, everyone. Hi. We weren't arguing at all about stupid side characters.
Also, he's the best character. Let's get that straight.
Hi. We had a new episode. Stuff happened. We're gonna get into it. It was a lot of little things. Again, somehow very little happened, but yet a lot happened. All right, Summer, you go first.
Okay. I guess my biggest highlight this time around would be the freaking moment with Watson Ironwood, because I want to see that so bad now.
How Ironwood is the biggest diva on the planet, where he literally just sat there in the announcer's booth waiting to punk him.
Yes, he's just waiting. Robin in general, she's a queen. I love her.
You know what? Since we're talking about this, we're pretty much just going to be going over the shot, so I'm going to just bring it up right away.
Go ahead.
All right. Application window.
Is it my husband and his boyfriend?
So, I don't always speak about the animation. I don't know why. Yes, right there. I love this scene.
Aww.
This is definitely a highlight for me, is them finally telling the truth here. But honestly, the entire opening of this episode is like a big highlight for me, because the camera movement was so good. Mm-hmm. The way that you're like following this crowd as they're running through the alleyways trying to get away from the Grim. Oh, I loved it. It was so good. They don't always make good use of their camera work like that. That was good.
Yes, it was.
Those are my highlights.
Okay. Raven.
Freaking leader Jean there, taking a step forward, putting their hands on each other's shoulders, leading each other out.
Oh,
Sunday school. Yeah. Yep, there they are. They're so cute.
I like I was telling everybody else, I just finished watching Gurren Lagann, and I was literally watching Simon and Gimme and Dari right here.
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
Ah, so good. But anyway, keep going.
So that moment was just precious, like break, the comedic break of the moment. Also, Elm and how she has the freaking rocket launcher that everyone always wants, and I'm thinking red versus blue here. That's all I could think when I saw this. And then like other than finally getting maybe next week leading into Tyrion fight there. The only other thing, yay, my husband and his boyfriend. And then the final thing I noticed that I really, really loved was Ruby. She was taking that moment, that silent moment, to try to activate her eyes, even though she. I know, I forgot to send you one.
Someone pointed out there is a little bit of Indomitable playing in the background.
There is. So good.
Love it. Anyway,
yes, but just her trying to activate her eyes, but then just not getting there, and then coming up with a different plan.
Yeah.
So those are just my little highlights. They'll probably get discussed later on. So go ahead, Ty.
She was being a good leader, and I just realized that I did not send this picture to myself on Facebook, so I don't have it. So I'm going to need to fix that. Come on. There we go. Can we talk about how Watts is literally carrying Blue Rose? Can we just talk about this monstrosity?
Yes. I sent that picture for you.
And it's like the two barrels, if he fires it for precision, for armor breaking and damage, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to say it's a bit overkill, considering it has 12 chambers and all of this, but it's awesome. The fact that we got to see this turn into that was freaking amazing. Oh my Lord, I was so happy. Going back to Harriet, her semblance, I didn't know, like whatever. She is what's shown, and I don't have a screenshot of it. She literally, with closed fists and like full arm extension, shoots a mammoth Grim into the air on her own. That rocket launcher requires her to use her semblance to bury herself to the ground so she doesn't get knocked on her ass. How powerful is that rocket launcher?
Right?
It's amazing.
Back.
Yeah, and one thing that got pointed out to me on Tumblr that I did not notice, that our boy Meryl got a really sweet moment to where he is more concerned about his tail than anything.
I saw that. It was so cute.
He was so scared he was gonna cut his tail off. Oh, it was so funny. And well, one thing that scares me, which we'll get into, but where's that picture? One, my wife who's a badass. I just want to point that out. That was awesome. But number
also
two,
also her aura's pink and it's cute.
Number two, if she dies because she's the one person that's shown visible aura damage, I might seclude myself to a corner for quite a long time.
Aww.
Oh, well, when I was sad about Forrest, you made fun of me.
We were both there for Forrest. Shut up.
Not as much as me.
But yes, I know.
It's my favorite YouTuber name.
But one thing that I love on this so much is that in the show, and it's something that really, really, really pissed me off about the Volume 5 ending, and a couple of these things in general. Rooster Teeth, when they like to show that their villains are badasses, go out of their way to demean the heroes, like just point blank embarrass them at all points, and it kind of pisses me off. Like, you can show someone superior without just embarrassing someone. And it always happens to the heroes every time. Never fails in this series. But today, we got to see those two get seriously pissed off. And where's the other picture? Those two get very pissed off that now they're going to have to work around other things. We finally got to see the other side not have shit go their way.
Ooh, there was foreshadowing in this scene too.
Yeah.
There's so much of it.
She was so, like, the expressions that they had for her in that mirror so that Neo could not see her. It was great. And I don't have a picture of it, but watching her turn into Ruby for a hot second, I was like, what the heck?
You know she's going to use that against Oscar, though, right?
Yes.
There is such a great post on... I don't have to say the name now. Now I can just show it. But he's here. But there was a great post on Tumblr that I wish I would have gotten a thing to do, but it's a recreation of The Shining with the wife and husband where Jack breaks through the door and it's Oscar is on the door and it says, "Here's Cindy," where she's got her face through the break in the window. But that is one of two crackpot Tumblr theories that we'll get to when it gets to it. One I came up with and one that came from Tumblr. But I gotta see if there's any other pictures on here that we needed to actually go through. Going back to that, everybody was so mad they thought they lied about this fight happening. They still did. We just have Clover at it, so they lied in a good way.
I will admit, I'm really excited now for the scene.
Out that if that means Clover's gonna get hurt.
No.
Yeah.
So like, I've already been talking to enough fair game shippers who are going for angst and like he's gonna get hurt and it's gonna really hurt Crow, and I'm like, stop giving me this information.
You're gonna make me cry again, Summer. Don't make me cry again. I hate you for doing that.
Hey, but you know, if we'll see. But yeah, we've gotten out from that. Whoa! We have a random boyfriend that joined the chat.
Hi. Hi.
I'm getting that next week, and I'm gonna freak out about it. Just saying.
But anyway, yeah, getting into it. It's just a lot of things that the show needed to do at certain points, and it's finally doing them correctly. Storytelling, you making the heroes be smart. They baited both of them just to come to Sector 17, just so that Tyrion could get his ass kicked, and then baiting Watts to go off to the Amity Arena. It's nice to see the good guys actually like be intelligent. It's really nice,
right?
Yeah.
So I do like Watts' little line about Ironwood. Hold on, I wrote it down. Where is it? The tin
As you get
soldier's
to that
heart has
point-
weakened his mind. I loved
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. If you someone just commented something that the entire Ruby fandom would explode if said thing happened.
Oh,
They might explode
yes.
in one of two ways, and I'm pretty sure the main one is the one that would cause trouble.
What was that?
The
You
age
kinda
difference
cut off.
between Neo and Oscar, if that happens.
Yeah. And he just goes, "That's not how Ruby kisses." What?
It's like, I'm sorry, what?
Wait, what?
We're not going to get into that topic right now.
This is just setting up for that Home Alone situation for him too, though.
Oh, I know, and it'll be great. And you can't tell me that not everybody's gone where he is. There's going to be some people left there, and you've got plenty of time because we still have no clue where they are. They're in just a random room with a cot somewhere, and it's not at Schnee Manor because Neo left to go where it is, and Atlas Academy is like on the other side of the continent from this building they're in. So you got time for people to go from point A to point B. So I don't know what's going to happen, but anyway, man, and again, this is weird episode where a lot happened, but nothing happened. It's all set up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I am worried with all these fights, like the main things that they're teasing for the fights in terms of this. You've got Ironwood and lots because oh my gosh, this season makes me love him so much right now as a villain. That whole scene with him was just amazing. We've got Tyrion versus Crow versus Robin versus Clover coming up next week that I'm dying to see. And we've also got the whole thing with Neo and Oscar coming up. And of course, everybody just dealing with the Grim currently. We've got
There's
a
one
lot
thing-
going
There's
on.
one thing that could happen, like that I noticed we haven't really talked about. The Winter Maiden. They mentioned we have to find her.
Yeah,
And
so-
I forgot about that.
They're gonna. I feel like it's Oscar and Winter working together because they're gonna stay behind, protect the relic, and protect the maiden.
that's kind of what I was getting at between saying they're far away, like from wherever that's held. So, and Oscar's likely going to be back by headquarters where they're storing her. That's what I was kind of getting at when I said people could move positions because of how far away they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be that'll probably be an episode to a half of an episode itself. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, there will be.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah. So like it's so weird. We discussed pretty much everything that happened in this episode in like 13 minutes because it's basically all set up. But like
Sorry,
it's,
I was reading one of my notes. Here comes Iron Daddy.
Iron Daddy.
oh boy. But yeah, so if you want to get into dumb crackpot theories right away because our predictions will basically pretty much all be the same. This one I came up with, which full stop.
God. Oh God.
Before I say it, it's not going to happen. Not at all. But so Neo, who to this point is obviously irritated with Cinder, and either knows she's full of crap and wants to kill her, or she's just still wants to kill her, but still blames Ruby, and she's dealing with Cinder until she needs to. She is after small farm boy who holds in his hand a thing that can give knowledge to anyone who seeks it. I'm not saying that randomly in my head it popped up that somehow Neo activates Jin with the one word that she says on accident and sees the whole thing pan out and saw that Roman just died because Cinder's plan went to crap.
Aww.
And then goes full face turn for anyone who's a wrestling fan and goes nuts and tries to or kill Cinder because I really want Cinder to be gone. But that's just me. That one we don't need to
We've
talk
only said
about.
it like 4 times, I think.
Only. It's almost like they have better villains to do. But
We got Watts and Tyrion.
the other one that I need to bring up is someone on Tumblr blasted this out of their backside after taking a couple of hits of the Great White stuff. But it's on my screenshots. Where is that thing? Man, all right. So there is a person that, you know how Tyrion was never considered dead. He was just considered that he escaped.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, hold on. I have to show these two comments. One, because it's a wrestling thing, but two, but
I'm still expecting that myself.
if I get to see a German suplex in Ruby, period, I will be a happy man. But anyway, so it was considered never that Tyrion died. It's just that he went away and everyone considered he was just gone. Supposedly in the Great Paladin incident is when Watts died. This Tumblr theory that I saw proposes that Watts is dead. That's an android with Watts' personality in it.
Creepy.
And part of me is wondering where Pietro got his defense contract because he put part of his aura into Penny, but made her herself. What if Watts' suggestion was to fully Ghost in the Shell people, and they just didn't like it? And that's what he is. So you have a half machine, half man fighting an android.
You know, at first I was laughing, but now
I added the whole Ghost in the Shell bit to this thing to make it make more sense, but
which is how it made sense to me.
Yeah,
I hated that theory when I first read it. I really did, because I'm like, you, like I said, were getting a little bit of the devil's lettuce and you thought about some stuff, but this Watts just needs to control stuff with the rings on his hand. I get that. But what if that's just him slotting in other programs, like other stuff like that? It's... Yes, it is.
Yeah, I agree. It's actually a really good theory.
But
it just means that Watts can stay around longer, which I'm okay with, because I've just like fallen in love with this villain.
If he just becomes Ultron and he switches to another body if he dies.
Yes.
You never know. Okay, so I was thinking about this. The briefcase. What if that's like something like in Genlock, where they have Julian like in like a safety pod, like a backup. What if it's something similar, like going to your android theory? Because now, like, my theory is thinking the same thing.
It could be. Because it's like when that whole fight started, I'm like, are we legit gonna see Ironwood fist fight Watts?
I mean, you want to see him fist fight?
I'm like, okay, come on here. And then we're like, okay, so they're gonna fight with guns. Now, more of my head is like, how much of an expert marksman is Watts? You have to, unless he's going to use the environment that much, it has to boil down to something else. Again, crackpot theory, but it is probably the best crackpot theory on Tumblr I've ever found.
Until you see mine pop up on Tumblr.
I've seen yours pop up enough. All right, hold on.
Oh god. Can I just say I really need this fight to happen so that this gentleman, Brandon, and Summer can finally shut up?
Leave me alone. I want it.
Okay. In what universe do you think where they finally get the thing that they want in video form and then they can talk about it is going to make them shut up?
Okay, so I only have to say this because Brandon over there has been saying for seasons since the original Tyrion fight that he's drawn a rematch, and it's just Summer. My sister, meh.
I like how that's all the explanation that was needed.
It's like,
yeah,
I would be very okay if one of the two baddies bited. If one of them. Either way, I'd be happy if one of them did.
Just because I want Watts to stay around longer, I still want to see Cinder.
Okay, one of the three. I take that back. Totally spaced out about Cinder. I was talking about Watts and Tyrion. But out of all of them, the one that probably makes the most logical sense for them with whatever they're doing story-wise is likely Tyrion. Because like I said, I kind of like to get him impaled on his own tail. I think that'd be really great. But
like what Ruby did with the mammoth, because brutal.
That was awesome.
That was great. But yeah, I hate Cinder. I just want her gone. And I get that you're supposed to hate villains, but it's to a standpoint where I just hate her.
I disagree with that because I've been going up nonstop about Watts.
Oh, well, no. You're supposed to hate a villain. I get that. But it's gotten past the point of where I hate Cinder as a villain, as where I'm like, she's literally a plot deterrence device.
Very true.
That's it. But yeah. Anybody?
It's just not very interesting still with everything going on. Like, I feel like we're showing, we keep forgetting about the fact that she was in this episode. We're like, oh, period. Oh, Watts. Oh, Neo, who's working with Cinder. We still forget about Cinder.
Cinder lost her respect pretty much when Ruby kicked her butt.
She did.
He lost her use after that point.
Yeah, pretty much since the Battle of Beacon, Cinder, I felt like, has dropped off severely. Because she got her maiden power. She's like, yeah, okay, got the maiden power. We really don't need her anymore. We introduced another maiden. Well, let's move on.
She's, again, I bring up this comparison. She is pre-DMC5 Virgil.
Oh, God, she is. Thank you.
She's power hungry. She needs to be better than her rival. It's not her brother. But she keeps, that is her literal only point for living, is to become more powerful. And she needs to be the person at best her.
Does that make Neo V?
Good. I saw someone.
The game would be V.
I do have a crackpot Tumblr theory now that I'm thinking about it.
Go ahead.
Forgot because it was in a chat group I'm in. So a lot of people are talking, they're still talking about how they're tired of Cinder and all that too. But it's like, what is Cinder's point in this? And someone brought up, what if the reason Salem's using Cinder to collect all the main powers is so that she can kill Cinder in the end and take those powers from her?
Ooh, that would be interesting.
Someone to host them.
I would be okay with that, and that
exactly.
I've partially talked with Crow about that, but it's just she's leaving her alive because she has the
Fall Maiden powers.
She has the Fall Maiden powers, and it's just like, I get that. I just want it to be
over.
I not so much to be over. I get that. I don't want it to be Salem's a moron, to where she's just like, eventually I'll get her back. I have no plan. I just believe in the heart of the cards that eventually I'll get her. And I want her to be like, have someone literally watching her. Somehow this is a part of a plan, not dumbstruck luck. Like where Cinder's going to, because at this point, correct me if I'm wrong, has Cinder ever said, I want to go kill Salem?
Nope.
No. She's scared of her or respects her, something like that. Definitely scared of her, actually.
She's only said she wants to kill Ruby. So if she kills Ruby, is she even going to try anything with Salem to the point of where she's going to go get Salem? Or are monkeys going after Cinder and not Ruby?
No, I thought the monkeys are supposed to go after Crow.
Mean.
Monkeys go after the Scarecrow. Yeah, okay, I agree with that.
That could be. It gets to a point of where, how powerful are we going to make Ruby?
See, that's my only issue with the four are going to become the maidens issue is Ruby's already a silver-eyed warrior, and she doesn't even have that under control yet, but she's also just really good at being a huntress as well. I really don't want her to get maiden powers.
You guys keep talking. I'm just looking over these comments.
Ooh.
Sorry, I got distracted by this as well.
No,
Oh,
don't injure. No.
that's just reminding me of all the fair play ship talk that's been going on with their semblances.
But okay.
Hubby's boyfriend.
Anyway, but yeah. Anyway, that's going on with that. Did crackpot theories already? Predictions, I guess, but we've partially already done that. We're gonna, man. Again, they have so much going on in separate spots. Part of me wants to see Watts become an android next week, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Like, it's funny how hyped I am for this fight too, because I wasn't expecting like Watts so much as I do, but man, he's just got such a good flair to him. I can't resist. Also, Silver Crow fighting.
Yes. We have not seen him fight. Well, technically we have, but not a full-blown Huntress fight. Yeah, he'd be fighting Tyrion sober this time.
True.
It would be interesting to see how that affects the whole fighting, considering Mr. Edgelord, I don't want to be around other people because my semblance hurts them. But he's got his boyfriend to cancel him out.
I actually, hold on. Going on this dual semblance theory, this could go very well in the opposite direction. Because now that Crow is sober, follow me here, if that makes him have better control of his semblance, you have a person that has good luck, you have a person that has bad luck. Cast bad luck at Tyrion, cast good luck back at everybody else.
I am curious to see how this is going to work still in terms of their semblances, because it doesn't necessarily seem like they both necessarily control it, but it's something that just happens. Because even with Clover, it's not necessarily he's activating it. Oh my god, no wonder they're such a good couple.
If either of them has better control, it's Clover. Because, like, the horse crap where he's, like, standing in front of the open door and that Terex is there and he's just waiting. And then the engine just busts off and hits it in the face. He was not scared at all. He just knew nothing was going to go wrong.
I think that's just him being very reliant on it. Yeah. I don't know.
Either way.
It's hard to say if he's activating it or if it's like Crow and it just kind of happens.
Yeah. Or since Clover took advantage of, he knows that his semblance, he learned to control it, he learned to manage with it. Unlike Crow, where Crow just ends up drinking to control it, and that just led down a wrong path. Like, he didn't want to accept his semblance.
So people have been saying maybe it's also a state of mind thing when it comes to both of them, especially Crow.
Yep.
Because again, he's emo, so change my mind. Change my mind.
All right, hold on.
Oh, that's a good theory. Amputate it. Okay, with that comment, all I want to say is, why are you hitting yourself?
Okay, I want that joke to happen. I just want Watch to be like, "Oh, hitting yourself." Why?
That would be great, but
that would be awesome.
Man, all right, yeah. Okay, so actual predictions here. Man, I can't get Android 19 Watts out of my freaking head right now. Like, oh god.
So Watts is gonna just remove his face and he's gonna be a robot. That's my prediction. No.
It was me, Austin. It was me all along. Oh my god. All right.
Is he the Terminator now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Honest to God predictions. This is so hard because I have no clue what's going to happen, and we all know what the setups are.
I was gonna say we know what the setups are, so obviously we're gonna get the Tyrion fight, do stuff with Watson Ironwood. We're probably gonna lead into everything with Neo going to the school where Oscar is, and he's gonna set up his Home Alone traps. And the girls are gonna do things.
Gonna leave that point alone right there. So okay, all right, here we go. Here's one. We had the whole how do I want to say this? We had the whole theory that they were gonna send the city crashing down.
Oh, I keep forgetting about that.
Oh yeah.
And to me, that seems a lot more plausible now since they're talking about evacuating everybody from below the city up into Atlas.
And Watts does know about the whole thing now.
Yeah.
Does he
About
know
Amity Arena?
he knows about Amity. I don't know if he knows about the staff though. Does he know that much?
True.
You never know what he's hacked into. Like,
Well, he didn't know about
Amity
until they were talking about it. That was a surprise to him.
I think that's because it's like it was like really secretly guarded, and then when it was getting released, that's when like Ironwood released at the same time, being like, "Oh, I'm gonna say something. Watts is gonna fall for it. I'm gonna kick his butt.
Oh yeah,
He's gonna be an android, and Cousin It will come out of his bag."
Why Cousin It?
I don't know.
What have you been taking?
Well, sorry, an Addams Family commercial just came up my computer.
Okay. All right. Anyone have any honest Scott predictions? Because I'm falling blank.
Really, all my predictions is purely going on what we're seeing getting set up to come up next.
Yeah, like literally the setup is our predictions. Like I predict that Tyrion's gonna get his butt kicked, Watts gonna get his butt kicked, or it's gonna get to the point where it was like at the back in Haven where everyone just runs. All the bad guys just run away.
I'm not expecting much out of Cinder at this point, though. Like, we'll probably see more of Neo than we will Cinder. Cinder will probably be the after credit thing this time.
I want to know what's happening in Vale. I want to know what's gonna happen in Vale next.
That'll probably be the last place we ever go.
I know. There's my prediction. I want to know what happens in Vale.
It's not a prediction.
Or what they were going to plan in Vale that made Cinder be like, they were supposed to be in Vale doing this. Why the hell are they in Atlas?
You mean Vacuo?
Shit, yes.
Okay.
I don't know what's happening anymore. I need it now.
Well, again, Vacuo will be next whatever volumes after they're done, so we'll see. Another reason why I want Cinder gone. But anyway, yeah, that's about it. We're just rambling because we really don't have anything else to say.
Don't we ramble every week?
We do, but it's more, I at least try to plan coherency behind it. It doesn't work, but I try. Yeah. Okay. And this is something I'm going to suggest. I was going to talk with you guys about this after, but I'm at least going to say it to see who watches this, see if we can get comments on it. I can get up to 6 admins in here at a time. I don't know if I can screen share with 6 admins at a time or not, but what? And then I can share the link to this on the page. I had a thought to where, what episode is this?
10.
We have 12 like normal?
No, they said there might have been 14. Sorry, I just had this talk last night with Brandon.
I think we have 4 more episodes still.
Okay. Yeah. I had the idea that possibly we could just live react to the last episode.
I work, so have fun.
I'll poo on you then!
I tend to work. I just happen to be lucky this week.
Fine. I'll just do it by myself.
Sorry, we have lives to handle.
I do too.
To be fair, I don't have a life.
If it's 14 episodes,
anyway,
no more ducks from you.
Moving on from that. All right, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I will try and plan something around admins that can make it work. But thank you very much for watching. Summer, where can they find you? And
you can find me Race Legend on Instagram and Facebook for art and cosplay photography, and Ray the Fanatic on Tumblr and I think Twitter.
Raven, where can they find you?
Okay,
okay, there we go.
Fiery Summers Cosplay at Facebook and Instagram. Yay.
Okay.
It's your fault.
But all right, they're supposed to be 14. All right, and you can find me on this Facebook page and literally everywhere else at OrganoidZero. And you can find all of us at Remnant's Finest on Facebook. All right. We will see you guys all next week. Of course.